What up, fam? It's G Ridge. How is everybody doing this morning? It's another beautiful day that the Lord has made. No doubt about that. Listen, man. So, this is on my brain today. And this is good. This is all good. Vibes from, the things that people discuss and things that people talk about. Yeah, y'all know I'm in traffic on my way to work. Ooh-wee. And it's backed up too. School morning, all the above. Anyway, so over this past weekend, my wife and I we were enjoying each other, enjoying our I think early last week sometime, we was watching a sermon together, and it hit us in a place where her and I began to shed tears and pray at the same time. We prayed, for ourselves individually, and then we was found ourselves praying together, shedding tears. Yeah, actually shedding tears. Now, that's when you know God is in the mix. We have ups and downs like any marriage. Some people say that they don't even, my husband and I never argue about anything. That's great. That is awesome. To me, it seems superficial, but that's a judgment. It may seem superficial because it's like you never have any disagreements or arguments about, now I can say now the argument shouldn't last, it shouldn't go all night or shouldn't go for even 30 minutes. Okay, yeah, that's like, man, like, look, but sometimes, you get to a place in your life where you have differences, difficulties, and let's keep it real, let's keep it a buck, that you might be at a place in your life where you and your spouse is just, just cool together, just loving on each other, talk to each other for hours and laugh about anything. So this past weekend, y'all saw some of the videos where we was cooking and for her mom's little brunch, a social event they have with their family every I don't know how I think they do it every week, every Wednesday, and but this was something a little different. I think her mom just wanted everybody to get together as a family and get around each other. There's nothing wrong with that at all. So we went and did our part, and we was enjoying ourselves the whole time. And one thing about Teresa and I, when we go to about somebody else's gathering or they come to ours, it don't matter. We go around and we talk to everybody. We mingle with everybody. We did that on the way in and definitely on the way out leaving. We went to every person and said goodbye, eye contact, the whole 9 yards. That's how we roll. We don't act stuck up and don't want to like talk to nobody. But now we don't talk a lot, but we definitely give each person a respect. You around and you in an event like that, and you're a family, especially if it's a family gathering, you want to talk and greet everybody. One day, my brother, my wife and I was hanging out, and my brother had a party at his house, and we stopped by on the way home, and everybody, just about, I ain't gonna say everybody was there. There was a lot of family there. We come in, and we went down. It was like a long sofa my brother have in his man cave, and we went to each person. Hey, how you doing? Good to see you. Love you, to get a hug and take pictures and stuff. That's how we roll. Okay, keep that in mind. So, everybody enjoyed the food. We had lots of laughter, and so the next day we talked to her mom, and her mom was saying how people didn't know that Teresa and I had been married that long, 27 years. They said we act like newlyweds. They said we act like newlyweds. I'm taking it as that's a good thing. That's a good thing. We have a friendship like that. It ain't like puppy love. This ain't no puppy love. This ain't no high school mess. God has brought her and I together, and He's in the middle of our marriage, because otherwise it won't work. It won't work. I'm looking at it like, see, some people can't relate to, even after being around each other almost 40 years. We've been married 27 years, together 38. That's a long time. That's a blessing. We're not right now, we're not a statistic. See, especially of black marriages in general. I'm going to say it again, that's a good thing. Because we definitely had our ups and downs, like a lot of marriage, like a statistic. People got to realize, man, listen, I'm going to take that newlywed statement as a compliment, because that means that's growth. If you have been around each other that long and you still can tolerate each other, because some days we can't tolerate each other. You can't, come on now, let's keep it a buck. You got to, look, man, you got to learn how to live for God and live for one another, man. It's not easy. Marriage is hard work, but you gotta, if you say you love that person like that, and that person is your best friend, like a lot of people say in marriages, then act the part. I say act because love is an action. What do you want? You know, that's, I mean, we still friends. We still can kick it. We don't have small children anymore. Our youngest child is about to be, God willing, well, he's halfway. He'll be 16, God willing, in March. We still be dating each other. I mean, that's all I can tell you. Refresh your marriage, even through hard times, even through struggles. I mean, that's why you see some people might be stuck in their ways to the fact where they see that the husband and the wife been married. They've been married 40 years, and they're older. They maybe in their 70s or something like that. Okay, that's good. They may not. They do you. You may not sit around each other enough. We don't sit around each other all the time. I mingle in and out the house like I always do, talking to everybody. She definitely mingled. They had her in the kitchen. She was cooking and serving with pleasure. She wasn't mad about it, which is a great thing. I love that. I was in there helping her. You know that. And they had me DJing the little radio. So I'm at work. We in service while we having a great time. So when people see us like that, and as soon as we leave, they say, "Well, how long they been together?" I get how people talk about when you're getting ready to leave. That's people gonna talk about you. It may be in a good way or a bad way. It ain't nothing personal. It's just the way it is. So I'm like, I take that as a good thing, because we ain't always act like newlyweds. We done fussed and argued at each other. Y'all know that. Marriage is tough. People want their way. People want to have their way. Some of us like to control things, especially us men. So even though we're the head, but still, some of us like have control over everything, when it should be like a mutual respect behind that. You can be the head of the family, the head of the house, the head of the wife, but at the same time you're humble with it. It's a difference. But if you are like a tyrant over it, then that's not gonna work. So we have had our ups and downs and our struggles with that. I know I have. And if you see me talking to my wife or loving on her in that way, that's a good thing, because we still, like I said, can talk to each other. We can hang out with each other. And some people may take it as a joke. Oh, they be just like, or if it's like they look at it like I'm stuck up under her or something. No. So we were sitting when the kids left, our older kids left. I was down in the den, or I was sitting on the stairs DJing, and Teresa said, well, Galen, why don't you move that chair here? And I said, well, you can have that chair. I'll sit right here. I'm chilling. So she said, no, if you would move that chair back down in the den, and I'm going to sit over here in the corner, and then you sit right next to me. I said, all right. So that's what we did. We wound up talking. This was the last part of the evening. We wound up talking the next 2 hours, laughing and doing our thing and talking about what was our next move on stuff. It just happened that way. When we look up, it was time for us to go. Because mind you, our kids had just left 2 hours before us. The older kids, all the kids, and the grandchildren, they were there also, and they was there a while. We was there all day, but it's because when like I'm gonna say it again, when you marry someone in the family, you marry them and the entire family. That's just the way it is. That's where it's supposed to be. You marry not only the person, you marry their family as well. So I love their family. I kick it with them all the time. I like going around them, because if I didn't, I wouldn't go around. I'll say, baby, you go ahead. I'll stay home. There. So that's the way it is. So if somebody see you together and they can't understand why you still acting like newlyweds, I'm gonna tell you, see, our marriage is not a competition. It ain't. Your marriage might look different than ours. You might been together 30, 40 years, and the guy might be way over there, or the woman way over there doing something. That's fine. The guy, you know how it is when the men go sit around each other and the women go sit around each other. I was back and forth. I went out there talking with the men. I drank me one beer, and I back and forth talking to her aunts that was sitting on the porch, outside, inside, helping with the food. Definitely had to do that. But that's how you do it. You mingle and you greet and talk to everybody. So, but then when it was all over, when she was tired and I was getting, we took care of everything. The kitchen clean. Her cousin cleaned the kitchen, and we sit down. And we start talking together, kicking it. And that, so I'm gonna look at it, people, might say it in a way to like, oh, shoot, I wouldn't have known that. They knew the words. Some people talk about you in a slick way, and like they still see it wasn't nothing bad. They act like they newlyweds, and I wouldn't have thought it was then good. Because if you know what we've been through, know our walk. And so, doing that day, I want to thank them so much. Shout out to Mike. Shout out to his wife Donna. Shout out to Bertha. Although we love Bertha. Bertha always, oh man. Shout out to who else? Cousin Peter. They come up and when they talk to us, the whole family real now. I'm gonna give it to you just like that. The whole they real. So they come up to me and they gave us our flowers one by. I know they talked to me directly. Each one of the three, Mike, Donna, and Petey. I appreciate that. I really do. Y'all, they come up to me and they say, after all your struggles, and they went back because they knew our history. See, that's what I'm saying. And they said thank God, how well we did with our children. They are doing so well. These are Donna, they're doing so well. And Mike was like, you know what, man? You've always been a chill dude and always been a calm dude. And and inside I'm like, I don't know about that, Mike. I ain't been calm my whole life, but I know how to I know how to be around people, and I ain't always calm, and I ain't always do everything right. But I hope I represent my family well. And when they come to me like that, because I got mad respect for Mike and Donna and all of them. But them two there, because they've been married a long time. And they travel a lot together. They've been married longer than me and Teresa now. And when you have influences like that in your life, you have respect for people like that. Not that you don't have respect for single people. See, don't get it twisted. I'm talking about the journey that we're on. Our lives, Teresa and I. With those two, when I see them, sometimes because Donna rolled by herself, go somewhere. Sometimes Mike rolled by himself. There's nothing wrong with that. And they roll together most of the time. I'm like, what's nothing wrong with that? They get out there on the dance floor, dance. That's Teresa and I. We do stuff like that too. It's not about comparison. I'm trying to get you to understand what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, you do you in your marriage. We'll do us, and the way we move. So when you see people who are older than you, that's been around, experienced in life, and they come give you your flowers like that, it strengthens you. It empowers you to continue, be consistent, and to go and to strive for better. It's just positive. You know what I'm saying? It's positive feedback that people need. Anybody can be negative. You can be negative all, you know what I'm saying, at any moment. It's easy to be negative. But when the way our life has been going, from when we first got together all the way up until now, their mind was blown, because it took an act of God for us to even be here where we at. And we still be trying to grind and get it. But the love I have for her, and the love she has for me, yes, it's a certain bond. And because Peter was like, y'all have a bond that he loved, he admired, he respect. That's what he told me, out of eye contact. He telling me this, and I respect him, because I know who he came from. I knew his mom. I know his family. They all family. And to hear them say that, man, you just don't know how it touched me, because that's man to man. And when Mike come up and talk to me, that's man to man. I got respect. Military man. He man, I'm talking about, man, got it. Hey, he had to work hard, but he got his life. His life is in order. To me, he may not think that, because that's we men. We strive to be better in all aspects. But when I look at him, military, we're hard working man his whole life. Used to jog early in the morning, run miles every day, fit. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about, bro was on it. Always mad respect for him. He still grinding. My brother, mad respect for him. Work hard, man. I'm talking about my cousin Rock, man. I'm talking about, man, you admire someone, that's why you get tutelage from certain people in your life, especially in your circle. And you just like, hey man, you pick up some stuff like, especially if it's positive and it's something that you admire, respect. So their words mean a lot, because not only they're older than I am, they've been the experiences and life experiences. They know some stuff. So, and they know our history. So yeah, I got respect for them. I got that kind of respect. Like, I'm gonna listen, because they went from A to Z. All three, it was three. That was confirmation from God. It was something that we both probably needed at that moment, because it's a reassurance that God's still there, and that someone see our body of work. If we holding a conversation and we enjoying each other, then you praise God for that. That means there's some kind of peace in our marriage that we need. We need to, if we order the men to lead by example and not be a statistic, hey, it gotta look the part. You got to see really what's going on. And we talked and we laughed. I got a good friend. They've been married a long time too, my ace. They have a camaraderie that you might not understand. It's a love there that you might not understand, that you can't see, or you might not be used to. So, if you see someone like that, and you would like that kind of life of marriage, like, cause everybody don't want to marry, everybody don't want to be married. It's not that hey, God prefer you single anyway. That's fine. I mean, you do you. But when you see somebody and you want to be married, right, and you see, well, because when I first met her, I seen her grandma and granddaddy. They had been together, married for years, decades then. When I first got there, I was 16. I'm 54 now. So, you like, man, you know, I want some of that. So, you know what I'm saying? You got to put in the work if you want some of that. You got to know how to talk to people, treat people. You got to know how to act. You know how to, you say all this here. You say all this good stuff, but then you got to be about it. So, to see us now, and we like, hey, man, and they say, but through the struggle and finance, and look at y'all now, but y'all still, you know, y'all look great. Y'all work. Y'all still working hard. We still in servitude. I'm like, okay. But we still, and inside, Teresa and I were like, shoot, we still be struggling too. We still, things get tight. But that's all right. Because, thank God, we haven't lost ourselves. Because, boy, sometimes it seems like you're lost. So, if we look like we look newlyweds, thank God. You tell God all about it. You give him the praise. You ain't got to say nothing about us or what we doing. Then you say, because he is in the middle of our marriage. If he wasn't before, he truthfully is in between our marriage right now. He's the link that keep us together. I'm telling you. Because yes, as human beings, we be around each other for a long time. Man, you be out there, man. You want to curse and fight each other all the time. You don't want to. You want one want this, one want that. No, but if you learn that spiritual sacrifice, you understand, from the Holy Spirit, that spiritual sacrifice from God, if you learn that, we act, it be on us sometimes. Sometimes you get hard-headed, you don't pay attention to that spirit tapping on your shoulder of what to and what not to do. So, hey, but I'm still learning, and we still walking and talking it out. This is our life, and some things we still work on, and some things we just, you know, we adapt to, and we make sacrifices for each other in order to get to the next moment, the next day. And constant prayer helps. That's my buddy. That's my friend. That's my buddy. Hey, as far as a human being go, Teresa is my best friend, and that is what it is. If you're married to somebody and you live with them and you're close and you're playing your life with them, okay, you want them to hang around, you want them to be around. You know, after Christ, put them first. Take care of them the best way you can. Because like, I done fell off the track so many times of not putting her first. Hey, man, it's time. That's right. Only thing is, now you have to remain consistent. And that goes for all of us. All right? So, thank you for the compliment. So we look like newlyweds still after all these years. Thank God. Love y'all to life. You reach out in your mouth. My fam, thank you.